Do, 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 ba-dum. Hey, kia ora, Helen Brahms here, coming live from Sun City in Arizona. Hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling start to Shake It Up Saturday. Yeah, it's that one day of the week we get to shake it. Although every day should be a shake-up day. That's my theory. I'm sticking to it, whether you like it or not. It's my show. I can do what I like. Anyway, I hope you're all having a super fantastic, sparkling day. I don't know about you, but my Saturday is not normal today. It's not a normal Saturday. And that's what this day is all about. It's about shaking it up, doing something different. Oh my gosh, there is just so much happening on today. But first, where do we start? I got my notes here. First of all, so what's shaking up your Saturday? What is making it different? What are you doing that is out of routine? Our morning has not been routine at all. We have done nothing that we normally do on a Saturday. Nothing. Zero. We did get up, get showered, get dressed. We did do that part. Okay. We went out for our walk. I sat here and I sat down to do my quiet time this morning and got sidetracked a little bit. The only thing I did do is I did share today's card, which is my energy creates my reality. What I focus on is what I will manifest. And this is from a pack of cards called The Universe Has Your Back. There's a whole bunch of them in here and they go with the book of the same name. But yeah, this is my card today. And every morning for the last 4 or 5 mornings, when I've pulled the card for the day, I've taken a TikTok of it and posted it. So find me on TikTok. So I did that. And then I went to have my quiet time and I kind of got sidetracked with what was on TikTok. That's one of those things you got to have a timer set for. You do, like when I do my genealogy, you have to have a timer set for that because you can go in all sorts of rabbit holes. But I did that, and then Zeffy comes out and starts bugging me, and I look up at the time, and well, first of all, we got up late. I got up at 7 instead of my usual 5. I was awake at 5. I just couldn't be bothered getting out of bed. It was snugly warm. We're at 63 something. Ooh, those look like some massive rain clouds coming in. Okay, looks like we may be in for some more rain today. Yay! You know how I feel about rain going outside, dancing in the rain. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, I am on high energy today. And I don't drink coffee. So we went for our walk, which wasn't unusual. We came back, we hopped in the car because I'm actually working tomorrow. I'm sort of like trying to get everything done today that I would do tomorrow, but I'm only working the second half of tomorrow, and I don't normally work on a Sunday. Just so you know, I don't normally work on a Sunday. So the whole weekend's been shaken up, but that's okay because I already knew about this. It's been planned for, and so we decided, let's go out for breakfast this morning. So we went to Panera Bread, and they have a drive-through, and I was like, awesome. And one thing I've always loved about Panera Bread for their breakfasts is their souffles. They are amazing. And I like their bacon and spinach. Is it bacon and spinach? Yeah, bacon and spinach souffle, but they were out of them today. And I was like, darn. So I thought, I'll do the 4 cheese. I didn't really feel like artichoke, and I wasn't sure how Zeffy would react to artichoke because she likes the souffle, but she doesn't get they've got flaky pastry that come around it. That's really, really good. And it's been a long time since we've had Panera Bread, and so at least 2 weeks. So I got the 4 cheese one, and we came back here, and of course I sat here eating it with my dog right here looking at me, and she's taken it. She had already given me her biscuit to take care of for her from her birthday. She's still saving those last 2 sections. So I think she was. Well, she may have eaten that one. The piece that she gave me, which is one of the end pieces, it has a little heart-shaped bit on the end, was tucked under my leg for a bit. And so, of course, she got some of that as well. But it was just sort of like something completely different to do. And we hadn't done Panera Bread, like I said, for a couple of weeks because we totally forgot about their drive-thrus. But it was just so yummy and so good. And it was like, I want another one and another one and another one because I love their souffle, their breakfast souffles. They're really, really good. And then, of course, I go put it into my little carb manager thingy to make sure I'm still on track with my daily intakes and not going over. My 30-day health challenge ends in 4 days, 5 days. What am I up to? 2 days. Monday, 28. Look at that. Yes. Well, let's see. In the last 28 days, we walk more than we did before, a lot more than we did before. You were doing a lot more walks. We're more conscious of what we're eating. We only eat out once a week. And it's usually on Sunday for breakfast, but we won't be doing that tomorrow because we did it today. So this is my reward day is today. And I'll still stay within my parameters because I use Carb Manager and got it set up for paleo, which is, let's see if I can remember this, 40% fat, 30% protein, and 30% carbs. And so we've kind of started getting the ratios kind of working for us. Some days we're a little off, but now we're just starting to get those ratios into alignment. So this is in the Carb Manager along with, I've got in there that I have to have 7 of these a day. These are 18 ounces. So I have to have 7 of these a day for my water intake. Although I will tell you this, the water softener is working brilliantly. Oh my gosh, the water softener. Since I started using the water softener on the RV a week ago. Yeah, a week ago. I'm not getting as thirsty as I was before because I could get through 7 of these no problem at all. It was just like, because I was always thirsty. But the last, and that's including like the first 3 weeks of this challenge, I was getting, I don't know. Yeah, first 3 weeks of the challenge, I was still thirsty. You know, I'd have 7 of these. Plus I would have, I have a shaker that I would put my protein powder in to make my protein shake. I would put my powder in for my vitamins because I have vitamins that come in a powder form. And so, of course, that was even more water that was getting drunk. And so getting my 7 of these in was no problem at all. Now I'm struggling. Since the water softener's been in, I find I'm struggling because I'm not dehydrating as much as I was, even though all this week we were in 80-degree weather in the desert. Go figure that one out. And so I'm putting it down to being the water softener because I'm not having to worry about the hard minerals that are in the water anymore. I'm so like, this is awesome. So I'm now struggling to get my 7 bottles in. I managed to do it, but I am struggling. And plus, I guess I've lost some weight too, so I'll have to go figure that one out as well. Not lost it. I have released it. I have released it into the universe for somebody who needs it, because some people have to put weight on for the universe works in checks and balances. And so for every pound I release, it needs to go somewhere. Otherwise, it finds its way back to me. So I always release my weight my excess weight into the universe for somebody who needs it. And I think of babies that are in NICU that need to put weight on so they can go home. I think of those with eating disorders who are in programs where they're being monitored and they have to put the weight on to continue with a healthy life. I think of other people just for their general health have to put weight on. So I think of those people whenever I am throughout the day. So it's part of my morning routine as I think of the weight I'm going to release that day and send it to people who need it. So that's what I do with my weight that I release, as I send it to people who need it. So we came home to that. I sat here and just finished playing a card game. And I thought, I need to go and design some stuff. I'm all of a sudden just got this creativity brain going with all these ideas. And so I thought, I need to go do my live. So, and then I looked at the date and I went, oh, not here, but in New Zealand, it's my parents' 57th wedding anniversary. Yeah, their wedding anniversary is March 6th. So in New Zealand, it is already March 6th. It is 8 o'clock in the morning, their time, tomorrow. It's 8 o'clock in the morning on March 6th, so I've got to go send them a text message as soon as I finish this to wish them happy anniversary. 57 years my parents have been together. I'm just in awe of my parents. My parents are, they have such servant hearts, and they're so loving and so giving, and they're always there to support any of us kids, the grandkids, even the great-grandkids. They've got great-grandkids now. So it's just amazing. 3 kids, and they've got 8 grandchildren, and 1, 2, 3 great-grandchildren, I think. I'll do the math. Yeah, 3 great-grandchildren. no, 4 great-grandchildren. 4. Almost forgot one. So they have 8 grandchildren, 4 great-grandchildren, and they are the most loving, giving parents you'd ever want to meet. And my dad even took Brad under his wing and was teaching him to work, because my dad is great with he's very, very good with his hands. Building things, constructing things. He had a wood lathe for a number of years. He recently gave that up. So with his wood lathe, I remember we're down in New Zealand in 2006 for Christmas, and he got Brad down into the workshop, and I went down there to take some pictures and video it a little bit, and I got told to get out. So I grabbed a couple of pictures and went back upstairs. And later on, Brad came up and showed me he'd made this little mini goblet. It was about this long, and it had a little stem, and then it had its little cup area, and it was just this gorgeous little mini goblet. It was beautiful, and he had made that on the lathe, and he was quite proud of himself. And I thought, well, so you should be. He says, well, it's tighter than we expected. I said, sweetie, this is awesome. I still have that. Then they came back the next day, I think it was. So the next day they came back upstairs, and Brad had actually turned this bowl, had made a wooden bowl down there. And my dad said that Brad actually had a talent for it. And so when we got back from that trip, we got back in January of 2007, and it wasn't until, when was it? Like December of 2007, November, December of 2007, Brad actually enrolled in a wood lathe class that was in Springfield on Wednesday nights. Now, he worked in Southeast DC, and on his way home, he could stop off, do the class. Like, he could stay late at work until it was time to go to class. It means he wouldn't get home till like 10:30 at night, but it was once a week. He had it all signed up and everything else. We were a week away from him starting the class when he was diagnosed with cancer. And so he called them up, explained to them the situation. They refunded everything. And he never did get to do any more lathe work after that, but which is a shame. So I still have these 2 pieces that he created on the lathe under my dad's tutelage. And they had a really good time down there. And Dad said that Brad was really good at it, and he just needed to get his glasses organized, because Dad was a little concerned about how close Brad was getting to the lathe with his current glasses on. So we actually got his new glasses before he was diagnosed with cancer. So, but anyway, so my dad, my parents are just amazing people. They dropped everything and came over when Brad passed away. I called them that morning. It was really funny. It wasn't funny that Brad had passed. The phone call was funny in the regards of, I've got the phone in my hand. I call my parents. It's like 11:30 at night their time, and I called them up, and my dad answers the phone, because the phone's on his side of the bed. So Dad answered the phone, and all I told him, I said, was, "Sweet pea's gone." And my dad's response was, "Here's your mother." And I looked at the phone, put it back to my ear. My mum goes, what's going on? And so I told her again, and she's like, oh, sweet. And so we talked for a bit, and then she says, okay, they were due to go to the travel agent that morning, because I had already called them like a day or 2 beforehand and said, I need you over here. And so they were actually going to fly over the following weekend. And so they said, okay, well, we're due to go to the travel agent in the morning anyway, so we will get the flights moved and get over there as soon as we can. And it turned out they arrived the Wednesday after Brad passed, which I thought was pretty cool. That they managed to get a flight so quick. That was the earliest flight that they could get out. And so they came over, and they actually stayed with me for an entire month, and they did so much with me in that first month that Brad was gone. I could never repay them for that. They helped me get the garage cleared out. My mum packed our trash bins like you would not believe how many boxes were crushed down and put into that, and the stuff that we got rid of. And my mum basically took over the kitchen and did all the meal prep and the morning and afternoon tea prep, and made sure. And then we got given, there was a woman I was mentoring at the time, and she worked for Honey Baked Ham. And so she arranged for us to pick up a honey baked ham at the local honey baked ham place. And then and it was spiral cut. And so my dad got to with the carving knife and cut the spirals down into serving portions and that. And then Mum discovered my vacuum food sealer, and so she would just she had a blast. She would tell you that it was just that it wasn't that fun at all, but she was having fun. but they were really, really good to drop everything and come over. And then ever since they went back to New Zealand, every single night, my mother texts me every single night. And if I don't hear from her by a certain time, I'm texting her going, "Are you guys okay?" But she's texted me every single day. And there's times when I've been down in New Zealand since then, and around, my time here, it's around 7 to 8 p.m. at night when I get the text message from her. So at that time of the night, I'm just like looking at my phone, and I'll be sitting next to her. She'll be in one of the chairs. I'll be in the chair next to her, and I'll just be sitting there looking at my phone, and it has a black screen on it. And she goes, "Why are you staring at your phone?" I said, "Well, I'm waiting for a text from my mum. She hasn't texted me yet." She's sitting right next to me. I've gotten so into routine with that. And so I absolutely love my parents for that. But they're just such an amazing couple, have such an incredible relationship. And I wish them the best for their 57th wedding anniversary. And may they have a super fantastic sprouting day and many, 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 many more years together full of love and laughter, because they deserve it. They truly do. Wow. And in other news, so I've got my little list going here. Hang on. So Shaken Up Saturday is all about doing things out of routine. It's about trying new things. So I'm going to go get creative in a couple of minutes here. Go and get some creativity done. I will do my quiet time. It's actually very quiet around the resort today. It's a Saturday and it's really, really quiet. It's like a ghost town around here. And the snowbirds haven't left yet. Well, hello, you. See if he's just come in. Are you going to come up and say hello? Come on. Come on, up. Nope. She knows when I'm on camera. So we're very lucky to see her on her birthday, but then having a treat in hand does help. Maybe I'll do that, start keeping like a little dish. No, because I'll probably think they're candy, and like I did with her dog biscuit the other day. I didn't eat her dog biscuit. Almost. So in, what's it today? The 5th today. So in 3 weeks, this time in 3 weeks, I will be online for Networking Riches. This is an event that's been around since 2014, and done multiple times a year. I have missed all of 2 during that entire time. I think one of them was out of the country and the other one I was beside Brad's bedside. So I kind of kept an eye on it, but whenever the doctors came in, I would put the computer aside to deal with the doctors and the nurses as they came in on that particular one. That was August of 2017, that one. But apart from that, I have been to every single one, whether it's online or in person. I've been there. It is an amazing event. You learn about the lifetime value of your customer. Do you know the lifetime value of your customer? Do you know how to calculate it? Do you know what every business card you get is worth? Do you know what to do in preparation before you go to a networking event, whether it's an online event or an in-person event? Do you know what to do to prepare for that? When you get to the event, do you know who you're supposed to talk to? Do you know what you do? Do you know what you say? When you finish the event, what do you do then? What do you do with that stack of business cards that you've collected during the event? Or the people that you've met, what do you do next? What are the next steps? And this is what Networking Riches does. It takes you from before, during, and after a networking event, so that you make the most out. Not only do you get the most out of the networking event, but it puts money in your pocket. It helps increase your business. And as business entrepreneurs, or just as entrepreneurs, period, you're always looking for lead generation. We talk about that. You're looking for price points. Do I increase? Do I decrease my price? Do I need to put it at a higher price? You learn a lot of different networking skills about how to recognize the person as a prospect or as a customer. How do you get referral partners? Then we have the breakthrough zones. Oh, one of my favorite things, because we talk about transaction and transformation. So we talk about both of those in this as a 2-day event, and it's worth every minute of it. We get to the breakthrough zones, and those are my favorite part. I get more golden nuggets out of the breakthrough zone than I do. I mean, I've been to so many of these events. I could probably do the script, although it has been changed up a little bit. But every time I go there, I always learn something new during the portion on networking. During those times we learn something. I always learn something during the breakthrough zones, because you get somebody there who is actually open to being coached. We call it a safe space. So whatever they say in that space, it stays there. And then the ideas start rolling. They have we have 5 coaches who all are concentrated on this one person with their one issue that they're having within their business, and they drill down and get to the nitty gritty, and all of a sudden the light bulbs start going off, and it's like click, 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 click. I can't click both hands. I can only click one. Can't do the snap, snap, snap. Let's try to figure that out. No, left hand, not a problem. Right hand, yeah. But anyway, so there's always click, click, click going off as the light bulbs go off. But it's not just the person that's in the chair. I look at the other faces online, and all of a sudden you see their light bulbs going off too. So it's not just the person in the chair that's affected by it. You suddenly see other ideas coming up and things like that. And the chat goes crazy with ideas and things as well. So it's well worth going to if you want to improve your business this year. And the cool part about this one is it's actually going to be in person in Colorado Springs. But if you can't get to Colorado Springs, it's going to be online. So you'll be able to either join via Zoom online or be in person in Colorado Springs. Just go to havetonetwork.com. It's in the description of the video, and it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right now, and make your reservation. It's as simple as that, havetonetwork.com. And we will see you there. And so in 3 weeks, I was like, yay! I've already got my countdown going because I love these events. I get to meet new people. Oh, we also do breakout rooms as well. So you're not just meeting with the people that are in the, you're not just meeting the people in a big room if you're on Zoom. They also do breakout rooms and have breakout sessions too. So with the in-person one, with the hybrid, we still do the breakouts and things like that too. So it's really, really good. It's a lot of fun. So anyway, so what are you doing today to shake up your day? And I was thinking anniversary, with my parents' anniversary and that, I thought, do you know when your grandparents, if you know when your parents were married, do you know when your grandparents were married? Maybe you could go research that today. Look up and see where and when did your grandparents get married? What was happening the year that they got married? So go look that up. My parents got married in 1967. No, sorry, 1965, because they're 57 years this year. What events were taking place on their wedding anniversary. On the day they got married, what were some of the highlights of the events? I have not done a Today in History for my parents one yet. That's one of my things I'm challenging myself to do today. But go look up your parents' wedding anniversary and look up your grandparents' wedding anniversaries and go find out what was happening on those days in history when your parents and your grandparents got married. That is your challenge for today. Let's see what some of you come back with. Let us know in the comments about some of the interesting things that you found out that happened on the day that your parents and your grandparents got married. But that's it from me for now. I've rabbited on way longer than I had planned. But of course, it's talking about my mum and dad. So my eyes are looking very ice blue today. Must be the natural light and not the artificial light, because I don't have the light on. Just got drapes and everything's open today. We're airing out the RV. Sparkles is getting a good airing, and she may even get a vacuum today too. Who knows? It's Shake It Up Saturday. Anything can happen. So go out, have a super fantastic sparkling day. Look for ways to shake up your Saturday. Do things out of the ordinary. Do things you don't normally do. We don't normally vacuum on a Saturday, so that'll probably get done today. I know I need to, because somebody has started eating off her mat, and we've got a big mat underneath her food bowls here, and she's got a good 2 feet of mat from the edge of her bowl to the edge of the mat. Is a good 2 feet, and she has been keeping everything on the mat lately. But all of a sudden this past week, she's just sort of like, there's bits of food here, there's bits of food there, and so now I've got to go vacuum it all up. Anyway, go have a super fantastic sparkling Shake It Up Saturday, and we'll catch you guys back here later this evening for part 2 around 6 p.m. Mountain Time, or whenever we get back from our walk.